this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, and it is time to return to Lamplight City. Now, last time out, we had a little bit of a difficulty. Somehow something on my computer caused this to crash. Now, we had recently discovered a torn letter, but we also found some clues, including a bloody whip. Emil's testimony, bloody whip. And so, it is now time to investigate some things more. First off, I'm going to talk to Emil. I don't know if she'll say anything, but I think I'm going to have to go back to the tomb. But I'm going to check this first. Let's talk to Emil.
Amelie?
Amelie.
Yes? What is it? We mustn't be seen talking.
Okay.
I found this upstairs in Madame Dupree's bedroom. Do you recognize it?
Oh, please take that away, Mr. Fordham. Why would you show it to me?
I'm sorry, I didn't think it would upset you.
Miles. Maybe someday you'll learn how to read basic human emotion.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back to work.
Okay. So, obviously that was the wrong thing to do, I guess. Alright. But I don't think Andrew's gonna know anything, but now I want to go back to the tomb. I'm gonna head back to the tomb for right now, because I think that's gonna be important. Remember, there was a marker for the young lady there.
Celine, 1823 to 1844. Taken too soon. Rest ye with the angels.
You don't suppose...
Oh, I do suppose.
Nah.
Well... Okay.
Celine. Nah.
I do suppose. I'm gonna need to check things out elsewhere. So it's time to go do the rounds. Let's see, can we talk to her about anything? Oh, we have
Hello again,
something.
Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Okay.
Is there anything you can tell me about your stepfather, Jean?
He's a kind man. I don't really see him too often. He seemed rather upset at Mother's funeral, but I can't help but wonder if he feels the same way as I do about her death.
What do you mean?
Just that I get the distinct impression that he and Mother's marriage isn't as perfect as they'd like it to appear.
I'm starting to sense a trend here.
Your brother told me that Jean enjoys hunting. Do you know where his cabin is?
Yes, it's in Fenton Swamp. I went out there with him a few times, but I didn't really enjoy it. Frankly, the place is rather grotesque. All those stuffed trophies staring at you with their cold, dead eyes. Plants are much nicer to have around. Anyway, if you take the main road through the swamp about 1.5 miles, you'll come upon a small dirt path that goes northeast. Take that until you see a small cabin on the left. That's it.
Thank you for the information, Miss Montgomery.
Yes. Now we have a new location to go to.
Do you know Guy Dumas?
Yes, he was one of our servants. He used to enjoy reading my books, as well as Andrew's.
When did you see him last?
Just last week. He came by to see me and asked to borrow some books.
Do you know where I might be able to find him?
Not really. I get the impression that he moves around frequently. But I can tell him you're looking for him next time I see him, if you like.
Please do. Although hopefully I'll be able to find him before then.
Yes, Celine.
Were you friends with Celine, the maid?
Yes, I was quite fond of Celine. She was so sweet and interesting to talk to. One day, she just left the house with no explanation. Mother said it was because she had found work elsewhere. I was terribly saddened. I wish I'd had the chance to say goodbye to her, at least. What's your interest in her?
Oh, I was just curious, that's all. No more questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
I wonder if that changes things at the tomb, but now we also have the swamp house too. See, there we go, Fenton Swamp, the hunting cabin. And I want to go here. And then we'll go back to the to our place. Now I think more and more.
Celine, 1823 to 1844. Taken too soon, rest ye with the angels.
You don't suppose...
Nah.
I suppose it. I guess it doesn't matter what I suppose, I guess. Alright.
Nothing else to ask.
Okay. Nothing else to ask him. Well, let's see. Okay, Amelie is not... Okay. Adelaide is not back. Okay. Let's head off to the cabin.
Hello? Is anyone here?
Strange, afraid the door unlocked. Maybe it means we'll be returning soon.
Yeah.
You really wonder that someone chooses to surround themselves with dead things. One of the guns is missing. John must be out using it currently.
Okay.
Satchel, boxes, and other sort of boring things for hunting.
Let's see if Jean has anything interesting in here.
Not very much, except for that letter.
Dear Jean, thank you so much for your help. To think that Mother would try and have me withdraw from my studies is just unbelievable. Don't worry, I won't tell her you made the university change their minds. One attempt to win a life is quite enough. Juliet, interesting. Oh.
Who the hell are you? What are you doing in my cabin?
Jean Dupree, I presume?
Yes, that's right. Who are you?
Miles Fordham, private investigator. I'm looking into the attempted murder of your wife.
Oh, yes. Yes, of course.
No,
Forgive my
nice.
rudeness, but you startled me.
Perfectly understandable, Mr. Dupree.
This is a man whose bark is most definitely worse than his bite. Are these even native? An absolute. I had a nasty run-in with an alligator when I was a child. One less in the world doesn't really bother me, to be honest. Some high society type in the middle of a hunt. I don't understand why anyone would get a thrill out of murdering innocent creatures.
It was a different time.
Not a very dignified end for our friend Mr. Bear.
Yeah. So we've interacted with pretty much everything. Oh.
It seems Mr. Dupree is a Bollingworth man. Maybe he's not so bad after all.
Alright, let's talk with Mr. Dupree.
Can we talk, Mr. Dupree?
I suppose so. Yes.
What can you tell me about Madame Dupree?
Oh, my dear wife. The past few days have been just awful for all of us.
Yes, I can imagine. How long have you been married?
For 7 wonderful years. Laura and I are just as much in love now as we were on the day we married.
Does he actually expect anyone to believe that nonsense?
You'll pardon me for being so frank, Mr. Dupree, but why are you out hunting and not at your wife's side?
Excuse me? Who are you to lecture me on my marriage?
A fellow married man, that's who. Your wife has just suffered a very traumatic ordeal. Shouldn't you be at home caring for her?
But with all the confusion at the house, with the police investigating and her being attended to by her doctor, I just needed to get away for a bit. Surely you can understand, Mr. Fordham.
There's something off about this guy, Miles. He's definitely hiding something. And for once, I don't think it's from his wife.
Do you know anything about the circumstances surrounding Madame Dupree's death?
Horrible. Simply horrible.
Do you have any idea why Mr. Martin might have attempted to kill her?
Mr. Martin? You mean the boy they arrested? Andrew said it's because Martin and his mother are witches who prey on the well-to-do. You only need to take one look at him to see his trouble. It's a shame they put him away so quickly. I'd have liked to teach him a lesson or two, believe you me.
Yeah, right. A lesson on how to cower in the corner, most likely.
I suppose it goes without saying that you enjoy hunting, Mr. Dupree?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I consider myself something of an outdoorsman, you see. It's nice to be able to go out and get some fresh air after being sat at the bank all day.
What about your home life?
Truth be told, I'm not at home as often as I'd like to be. I've been trying to make more time, but something usually comes up. Business is business, after all.
Yeah, but what business are we talking about here exactly?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about your stepchildren?
Andrew and Juliet? I see a bright future ahead for both of them.
What's your relationship with them like?
Yeah.
It's fine. Why do you ask?
I got the distinct impression from both of them that they hardly ever see you.
Well, yes, I suppose that is true. We don't spend much time together. But they're both so busy with school, I don't want to get in their way. Not to mention my job keeps me away from home for considerable periods of time.
Excuses, excuses. I get the feeling Mr. Dupree avoids his family on purpose. But why?
Do you fear your wife, Mr. Dupree?
Yeah.
Do I... what?
The question's quite simple. Are you afraid of Madame Dupree?
Why in the ether would you think that?
No, Emily didn't tell me you were here.
I'd be afraid of someone who kept a bloody whip in my bedroom. Care to explain that?
You don't know her like I do. No one does. Well, no one aside from the servants, I suppose. She's cruel, Mr. Fordham. Crueler than anyone or anything I've ever seen.
Tell me more about Madame Dupree's cruelty.
Yeah.
She treats the servants like animals, Mr. Fordham. She would say the most vile, awful things to them. Things I would expect to hear on the Gascon docks, not from the lips of a grande dame. And the beatings. Oh, God. The screams I would hear from somewhere in the house. I never dared find out where.
Nobody else ever heard the screaming?
No. She was cunning. She would do it when no one else was around. Once she knew I had heard, she threatened me. Told me she would...
Yes?
She threatened to expose my secret, Mr. Fordham.
And what secret is that?
Our marriage is one of convenience. It's all for show. Laura has herself a well-to-do husband, and I am a normal man in the eyes of society.
I see. I suppose that would explain a few things.
Well, now, how was that not obvious to you? The soporific is really having a bad effect on you.
Don't worry, Mr. Dupree. Your secret's safe with me.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham.
Oh, that's something new.
Tell me what you know about Guy Dumas and Celine.
Celine had an accident.
What kind of accident?
Laura thought Celine had been stealing her silverware. She got a bit carried away with a beating and...
Dupree killed Celine?
Yes, she did. In order to keep it quiet, she had Celine placed in our family tomb.
I see. What about Guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never saw him again after that.
Well, this case has certainly taken a turn for the sinister.
Yeah. It's Juliet's letter.
Do you know anything about Madame Dupree trying to get Juliet taken out of her classes at the university?
Ah, yes. Laura didn't approve of her daughter's desire to further her education. So, she sent a letter to the university requesting Juliet's withdrawal. I didn't approve of her trying to meddle in Juliet's affairs. If she wants to study, she should be free to do so. I wrote them a letter myself, without Laura's knowledge, telling them to disregard the previous request for withdrawal.
That's very good of you.
Yes, well, I dislike seeing people being told what they can and can't do by others.
Yet, he seems perfectly willing to employ servants at his home. Well, I suppose we're all hypocrites in one way or another.
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Mr. Fordham.
That has changed a lot. So now, I want to look at Celine now. Now we know something more. Since he said it, it changes our look on this thing, I'm certain.
Celine, 1823 to 1844. Taken too soon. Rest ye with the angels.
Wait a minute. This is Celine, the maid.
Yep. Hello.
Somehow a piece of paper got wedged into the sign of the vault.
Let's use the tweezers on the paper.
Carefully now. Got it. Nice work,
Yes.
Fordham. Now to
We
see
got
what
it,
this
yes.
is.
She will pay for what she did
Notes
to
for the
you, my
dead.
love.
How very touching. What is Leslie wanting my grave?
Why the line you think?
Yes.
We know this is like the guy. Now we just need to figure out where to find him.
Is there anything on the other side of that piece of paper?
Yes.
Billy genius.
I wouldn't give me all that credit just yet.
Let's see. Received for an extended stay at the Sun on Arms. Does that sound familiar at all?
Vaguely. I can't recall anything off the top of my head.
Looks like we'll have to do more searching.
Yes. Now we have a new suspect in the mix. I'm really beginning to get this. All right. I wonder. Let's we'll see if she has anything new. Yes, we have new.
Hello again, Miss Montgomery. Mind answering a few more questions?
Hello, Mr. Fordham. Not at all.
Okay.
I found this note from Guy at your mother's family tomb.
At the tomb? Why would he leave a note there?
It's for Celine. She's been interred there.
She's dead? Oh God, that's terrible. What happened to her? And why would she be in our family tomb?
That isn't for me to say. You'll have to ask your stepfather. In any case, this note was written on a hotel receipt. I'm trying to find where it came from, but the name is only partially legible.
I can't say it rings any bells. I'm sorry, Mr. Fordham.
Did your mother try to get you withdrawn from the university?
As a matter of fact, she did. Just another one of the many ways she tried interfering with my life.
What happened exactly?
Yes.
Mother wrote the university requesting that I be withdrawn. I found out about it when the enrollment office contacted me. I couldn't believe it at first. I thought it was some sort of mistake, but then they showed me the letter.
I take it you were upset.
More than upset, Mr. Fordham. I was furious. I was trying to make a real life for myself. One that wasn't about dresses or debutante balls or fending off suitors. I'd been given the chance to make something of myself, and Mother was ready to bring it all crashing down, just because she didn't agree with it.
But in the end, you're still here.
Yes, Jean stepped in and fixed everything. He didn't have to do it, but it was very good of him. I'm afraid that was the beginning of the end of my relationship with Mother. We never really managed to fix things after that.
Thank you. That was very
No more
interesting.
questions for now.
Then if you don't mind, I have work to do.
Me too. Go to it.
Fordham, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Wait, what am I saying? Of course you are. Madame Dupree has been interfering with Juliet's studies and disapproved of her relationship with Martin, hence their falling out. Plus, the information in Juliet's notes about ethericity, putting animals into a death-like trance, seems awfully suspicious. It's enough to establish both means and motive. That's plenty to consider her a suspect.
Yes, it is. But I don't think she's guilty. Let's talk with, wait. Okay. I wonder if I could talk with Andrew again.
I have some questions for you.
Oh, good.
All right. Did you know Guy Dumas?
The old gardener? Sure, I knew him. We didn't talk very much. He was just a servant after all, but he seemed like a nice man. He stopped coming around about 2 months ago. Too bad, really. He did a good job of keeping the gardens looking nice. The new one is all right, but he just doesn't have that special touch Guy did.
Really? Celine?
Were you familiar with a servant named Celine?
Yes, I believe she was one of the maids. I didn't talk to her very much. Oh, she quit not so long ago. At least I assume she did. I haven't seen her in about 3 months.
Yeah.
I found this note from Guy at your mother's family tomb.
I don't think I understand. Who did he leave it for?
Celine. She was interred in there.
Celine is dead? Why haven't I heard about any of this?
An excellent question, but not one for me to answer. I'm interested in finding Guy. See this receipt on the other side of the note? I need to find this hotel, the Stun Arms.
I can't think of anywhere with that name. I know a pub in Lyon called the Albert Arms, but that doesn't seem to match.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Even the kids don't know everything Mother's up to. Let's see if I can talk with Amelie.
Amelie?
Yes? What is it? We mustn't be seen talking.
Alright, Guy's note.
I found a note from Guy at the Chesterton tomb. He left it at Celine's vault.
So Celine is dead? And in Madam's family too?
Indeed.
My God, that woman really is the devil.
Yeah.
I need to find Guy, Emily. He wrote this note on a receipt for a hotel, but the name's only partially visible. Do you know any place that would be called the Stun Arms?
No, I don't know any hotels in the city. I'm sorry I can't help you, Mr. Fordham.
Thank you, Amelie. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Now please, let me get back to work.
We're getting closer. Secrets. Well, let's talk. Hi, Parrot.
Who's a pretty bird?
Ray's a pretty bird.
Ray.
Polly want a cracker?
No, thank you.
Squawk. Yeah.
Pieces of 8?
Hi, matey.
Okay.
So long, birdie.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're getting closer. But there's something else. That bird knows something. If Madame Dupree only did her stuff when she wasn't around, when everybody wasn't around.
Doctor, may I ask you a few questions?
Please be my guest.
Be my guest.
Tell me what you know about Jean Dupree.
Yes.
I'd rather not speak of him. Madame Dupree does not need to be agitated any further.
I take it you don't look very favorably upon him, then.
I'll just say this. If my wife had been attacked and left for dead, you can be sure I wouldn't leave her side.
What a gentleman. He doesn't even leave women who aren't his wife.
Those are all the questions I've got for now.
I hope I answered them adequately.
Yeah. Do you know anything?
Nothing else?
Okay. That didn't help us. Compton Street.
Welcome back, Mr. Fordham.
Let's see if Sabine knows something.
I've got a few questions for you, Mrs. Martin.
I'll try to answer them the best I can.
Yeah. Okay. No,
Thank you for your help.
My pleasure.
I don't want to venture into that. Okay. Well, there's only one other person I can think of.
It might do.
What about the paper? Anything in the paper? There's the Glasgow Grand Dam. So I need one. You know what? You know what? I think I know where I gotta go. It's the one place I haven't gone yet. Let's talk at the coffee house. Alright, and we'll talk with her and then we're gonna call it an episode. See if we can find anything.
Can we talk?
Go on, I'm listening.
Okay.
I wanted to go over the case with you.
Okay, what have you got?
I found this note in the Chesterton tomb. I think it was left by the person who attacked Madame Dupree.
Nice work. Sounds like you're about ready to wrap things up.
I will be as soon as I find him. Take a look at the other side of it.
Part of a receipt for a hotel?
Yes, but the name is only partially visible at the bottom.
Stun Arms. The only hotel that comes to mind is the Boston Arms in Chumley.
Of course! I knew the name sounded familiar. The stories I could tell you about that place. Not right now.
You're helpful as always, Upton. Thank you.
Good luck, Fordham. I hope you find your suspect.
Now we have a new room.
That's
place
enough
to
about
check.
the case for now.
Okay,
Alright.
That's it, I think.
then you'd better get back to it.
And with that, we will call it an episode. As always, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X elsewhere, inviting you to subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other playthroughs I've done. I am working my way through, have worked my way through other point-and-click games, as well as a few other, such as Kathy Rain, A Detective is Born, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I'm also working my way through the Tomb Raider franchise up until Chronicles, currently on the last Revelation, which was actually, I think, supposed to be the original finale of the original Tomb Raider series. I'm also working my way through the Sherlock Holmes series by Frogwares in chronological order in the game's eternal chronology. I'm currently working on the 4th game release, which is also the current 4th one in the timeline, Sherlock Holmes vs. Arsène Lupin. I'm also working my way through the 2010 release of Aliens vs. Predator. I'm currently working on the Marines campaign. And I just recently added Henry Stickmin, the Henry Stickmin collection, to the rotation. And I may be adding more. Other games I am working my way through is, of course, several LucasArts games. And currently I just finished Escape from Monkey Island, so I'm going to leave LucasArts for a little bit and play Tales from Monkey Island, the Telltale Games chapter of the series. And I also work through games with Call of Cthulhu in the name, currently working on Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth. And there's some others up on the channel that you may want to check out. As always, take care, have a good one, and goodbye.